Hi everyone, and welcome to the Virgo February 2022 Illumination reading. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot, which is a place for you to better connect and illuminate your own spiritual importance. So this reading specifically is meant to help you find the meaning in the challenge or challenges you are currently experiencing. And this is all so that you can better see your path and purpose, and to be aware of what Spirit would like you to see about yourself that you will learn in facing this challenge and overcoming it. Okay, so Virgo, let's take a look at what you're sitting with in your internal energy. So I'm going to pull a card here for you, and I'm going to pull a card for your external energy, basically what Spirit's asking you to engage with, and then we'll take a look at the lesson or meaning you are meant to be taking away from this engagement. All right, so we have the Three of Wands for your internal energy. And let's see about what you're sitting with in your external energy. What's going on around Virgo for the month of February? Ace of Pentacles. All right, beautiful. And then we have, Ace of Swords. Okay. This is going to be just going to say straight off the bat, Virgo, this is a starter month for you. It's almost like I'm seeing a big cosmic reset, but a big cosmic reset in a way where I have a feeling, just from seeing these cards, so Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, that something has already come in for you. There's already a gift in the physical from the divine that is waiting for you to see it as a possibility or opportunity, and Spirit is waiting for you to engage, utilize your free will, and basically take Spirit up on the offer, so to speak. But right now, you are sitting in a place of waiting for your ships to come in. The Three of Wands is where we have taken action, and now we're waiting to see what comes back. What is the response from those actions that we took? And when we're sitting with this in an internal energy, often this can look like we are literally just sitting and waiting. You can see here the person's back is turned and he's looking out off the cliff out into the ocean, and he's waiting to see what comes. And there's a feeling here a little bit of, although it's a positive energy of knowing that you took action and waiting for something to come back from that, that we can get stuck in this energy of almost that feeling of, well, when divine timing strikes, or I took 3 pieces of action, so I'm looking for those specific ships to come in, and I don't quite see it. I don't see that ship. I see ships, but I don't see the one specific ship that I'm waiting for. And that's where this can become more of a challenge than a kind of optimistically looking towards the future type energy. Because right now what it's doing is I feel like you guys are being blocked from seeing the opportunity that Spirit would like you to engage with. And why are you being asked to kind of broaden your view and to engage with something in your, basically a gift in your external environment? Because it's going to bring personal clarity around your personal truth. The Ace of Swords is the gift of your own unique personal truth that we are all gifted with individually, that allows us to be triumphant in our life's effort, so to speak, as long as we admit it and wield it in a way that is both beneficial to ourselves and others. And I feel like right now things are a little unclear for you. You may be looking for something to come in, and yet you're not quite sure. Either you're confused as to what you're waiting for to come back, or you're so specifically looking for 1 or 2 or 3 specific ships to come in that you're missing the bigger picture that's ultimately going to clarify for you almost who you are, and to be able to understand that what to do with this, what to do with this gift, and how this gift actually correlates directly back to your personal truth. So I'm going to go ahead here and we're going to take a look at the a little bit deeper. I'm pulling cards here to take a look at the challenge. What is preventing you from being able to see and take advantage of this opportunity? So we have Six of Cups, which is a card that speaks to nostalgia. It's a card that can be where we go back to our past selves and we are able to get a gift, an emotional gift, where we connect with some part of ourselves on an emotional level that perhaps we have lost as we've gotten older. So we have the Two of Cups, beautiful energy, the energy of equal partnership. We have Seven of Wands, we have the Star. Let's get one or two final cards here. Let's see, what does Virgo need to know? Ten of Wands. Okay, beautiful. All right, so right off the bat, Virgo, you are sitting, so in your main challenge position, you have the Six of Cups. So what came out here, we have Six of Cups, Two of Cups, Seven of Wands in the heart of your reading, the Star, and the Ten of Wands as your final challenge. So the Six of Cups is actually a card that brings in a beautiful energy. It is the energy of looking back almost with rose-colored glasses to the past, of being able to see how far something has come. And at times, yes, it can be that beautiful experience of looking back to yourself and reconnecting on an emotional level with something that you can pull forward into the present and actually utilize to emotionally engage you with your current experience. And where this can become a challenge is when we are looking too much to the past, when we are too much reconnecting with this feeling of, well, it was better then. And we almost get to that place where we disconnect so wholeheartedly from our present and almost live in that past experience. Sorry, guys, I had to take a drink of water. And that can prevent you from, in the moment, being able to connect in a healthy way with others in the present, because you're not actually engaging with others with your cup from now. You are engaging with, you basically are holding up a cup that maybe is tainted a little bit again by this rose-colored outlook. You're holding that up to relationships, and so naturally those that come in to try to meet your cup are going to pale in comparison, because you're holding them up to an ideal that doesn't exist. You're holding up yourself out there for others to match from a place that either is imaginary, a place that has long since not existed, or a place that you so desperately want, but again, don't have currently in the present. And with the Seven of Wands coming in the middle of your reading, there is this feeling of needing to go within to understand. And let me put it this way. The sevens for me in the tarot represent a divine pause, a chance for us to connect with spirit, to take a look at some aspect of our life and reevaluate it, to see, should I continue in this area in the way I have been? So with wands, that's where we take a look at where we have been taking action from a place of passion. And this is where you get that chance to stop and connect with spirit, connect with who you are at a core level, at a soul level, to re-examine where you've taken action, how you've taken action, and now where you would like to take action moving forward. And then to be ready, based on that knowledge and that choice you've made, to defend the actions you make moving forward. It's a beautiful chance to really reconnect with yourself. Because then on the other side, we have the Star. And the Star is a beautiful card that signifies connecting with your unique, desire, hope, dream for yourself. This is, each one of us has a guiding star that deep within us is our kind of North Star. It's what we engage on an emotional level with, and it's what allows us, we can utilize that almost as an internal compass as to, well, if I'm taking this action, does this align with my hope or dream or wish for the future? And if it doesn't feel like it is, then that's really where you need to maybe take a look at changing your actions. And your final card here, your final challenge is the Ten of Wands. And this is where it's the completion of a cycle. It is where you have gone to the end of the wand cycle, so to speak. And this is where you're feeling overburdened, where you feel like you're carrying all of the weight of all of the action that needs to take place on your own shoulders. And the beautiful thing about the Ten of Wands coming up is that it indicates that completion. And the next card after this would be the Ace of Wands, where you reconnect with one wand. You reconnect with your eternal flame, with the singular wand that you should carry, not the wands and the actions of others, but only yours. But it is a challenge. It's always a challenge when we feel like we have to be that person who carries the weight of everything on our shoulders, especially if you've been that person for quite some time. And Spirit's asking you and letting you know it's time to release that, all of that weight you've held on your shoulders, because it's going to allow you to see the potential in something right now that you have within your possession that you have not seen up until this point as an opportunity, as a potential, as something that can help you now move closer to your star, your singular hope, desire, wish, dream. So the one thing I can say here, Virgo, is it's time to let go of the past, but it's time to let go of something within either your immediate past or your deep past that you have clung to as either this idealistic way of living that you're trying to bring forward, or this idealized version of yourself that you feel you loved yourself the best then, and you keep trying to bring it forward, and it just doesn't fit with actually your present day circumstances or who you're growing into. Because that's also where we can get stuck, kind of almost emotionally stunted on our path and journey down to reaching our fullest spiritual potential, is that we get stuck in looking back at a past version of ourselves and saying, that was when we were the greatest. That's when I was the happiest. That's when I was the best. And we don't realize, yes, might have been a great place for you. It might have been where you did feel that you were empowered. It might have been where you felt very good about yourself. But what Spirit's trying to say now is you've grown past that. You're now elevating. You're now getting closer to your star. And it's time to release that version of yourself, to understand and gain clarity as to who you are now, the beauty of that, and to be able to release a burden to take advantage of an opportunity. It's actually a beautiful message, very clear here, Virgo. This month is going to be one of releasing ties to the past and reconnecting with the truth of what you want for yourself, and a liberating one in that you can release the burdens of what has been up until now. And it's time to move forward with a fresh start. So that's really what came through, and it's what's continuing to come through here. And the beauty of this is that you're not going to have to keep waiting anymore for those opportunities, because the opportunity is already here and waiting. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull a card for curiosity, courage, and contemplation. And I'm going to engage the Triad of Engagement, which is a coaching tool I utilize in my coaching practice, where we're going to take this very broad message here and general message, and we're going to bring it into more of an individualized message for you. So we're going to pull cards for these three concepts, and they're meant to help you bring into an awareness something that Spirit would like you to become aware of on an individual basis in each one of these 3 areas. So we're first going to take a look at what Spirit would like you to stay open and curious about so that you can become aware of something you otherwise would not have been aware of. And I think for you guys, this point of curiosity probably has to do with taking a look around you and seeing where you might be blocking yourself off from realizing a new opportunity, a new seed. And the Ace of Pentacles can look like something like you were gifted with a sizable bonus, or you had a neighbor come over and say, you know what, like if you ever need help with childcare, I'm here and ready. You know, it's those kinds of things where we don't realize sometimes that those are the little gifts that if we take that neighbor up on that offer, suddenly now you have 10 extra hours of free time in your week to possibly work on that side business, or to just get those hours back to allow yourself to kind of put down that burden and see, what do I want to do at this point in my life? It's amazing how Spirit can come in with those opportunities and we can push them away and not even understand what they're actually trying to unlock for us. So what's interesting, Virgo, is that your card came out upside down. I do not put reversals in my deck, so when they come out like this, I keep them that way. So this card, right side up, is indecision. It's number 8, which 8 to me aligns with the number of personal empowerment. It's where we take creative action from a place of understanding our uniqueness and utilizing that so that we step into a place of empowered action, because we are creating from that place of, this is what I am here to create. But coming in upside down, now obviously right side up, card of indecision, right? There's an element of taking a look at indecision. But I think coming up reversed, what I would say is maybe there's almost an aspect of your life where you know you have to make a decision, and it's not even indecision. That's what I'm getting a feeling here. There's a quality here of where I think you're telling yourself that there's an indecision, that you're not quite sure which way to go. And in reality, it's not that you don't know which way to go. It's that you already know the way forward. You already have somewhere deep down inside you decided, you know your star. You know ultimately what you want to take action towards and what you want to defend. But you're hiding, I think, a little bit behind this, well, what if this happens? Or what if that happens? Or I can't make this decision. And that's where Spirit's asking you to be curious. What if you just followed your heart and took action? And told yourself, I'm just going to do it. And see what happens. See what happens too, where if you are sitting in a place where you're like, no, but I am truly undecided. I don't know which way to go. I'm so confused. Well, this is when you really need to sit and meditate this month to open up your awareness in this area to see, well, if I can figure out what my star is, what my ultimate hope and wish and dream for myself, my whole life experience is, and when I look at these decisions I'm undecided about, I need to hold up each one to that hope and dream and see which one actually aligns with that. From a place of me looking at that in the present moment, not from who I was a year ago, not from who I was 10 years ago, not who I was when I was living with my parents when I was 10. This is who I am right now. What course of action actually is in alignment with what I want for myself now? Okay, now I'm going to pull a card here for the concept of courage. And this is what Spirit would like you to keep in mind, either where to have the courage to take action or what to keep in mind as you are gathering the courage to take action and make those tough decisions to act within your own behalf. Let's see if we can get just one or two here. What does Virgo need to know about where to take action. Apparently, you guys, I feel like you might not want to hear this. I think you guys know the course of action you need to take. I understand it's hard sometimes to release a version of yourself you so want to have almost last forever. But the beauty of life is that we get to grow and expand and take opportunities, get to take advantage of new opportunities that can lead to aspects of our life expanding in ways we could not even have dreamed of in a beneficial way. And I think that's really what Spirit would like you to be reminded of, is that cycles end and they begin again. And it's time for a new cycle to start for you. And get curious and excited about where this teeny little opportunity is going to eventually, what is the oak tree it's going to bloom into, grow into. Beautiful card to come out, Virgo. It says, surrender to your full power. It says, your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So, it's time. That version of yourself, that version of your life, that version you kept holding up to the people around you and the circumstances around you that you felt caused everything now to just not seem as good. It's time to release that, and it's time to realize you are a much more powerful person than who you were then. And it's time to reconnect with what you want for yourself, because Spirit is helping pave the way for that. And each time you feel like, maybe I'm just going to hide back in the past, I'm not going to make that decision, I'm not going to put that money down on a house, I'm not going to leave that job, I'm not going to take that promotion that takes me from here to here, and now I have, 40 people to manage instead of the one I had before. It's about saying it's time for you to stop, I would say, kind of glorifying the past and realize that the present is you're in a place of empowerment to take action now, to work towards a future that is going to be so much better, and to kind of blow out of the water this tie to the past of, but it was better then. Spirit's trying to say it will be even better from this point forward. Okay, so now I'm going to pull a final card here for the concept of contemplation. And this is kind of like the overarching message that Spirit would like you to keep in mind for this month. That as you're holding yourself accountable to taking action and you're reflecting on the consequences of those actions, that keep this in mind to kind of keep you on course almost. Sorry guys, that was a little too much. I like to have just one or two cards come out. So let's see, what should you keep in mind as a point of reflection or contemplation for this month? Okay, we have two. Oh, and actually this is the one that Taurus just had as well. So you have two. You have boundaries. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries, which is perfect with the Ten of Wands and releasing burdens that don't need to be yours to work with. And then we have trust your path. It said, if you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Beautiful. So these are meant to be kept in mind as you're looking to make this decision. Staying curious as to what's now currently in alignment with your hope and dream and wish for the future. Where in taking action to step into your full power as you are now in this moment, if you could do anything and you knew you'd be supported, well, what would you take advantage of in your external environment? What's there waiting for you to help you get to this star, to help you take those first steps? And that's what's going to help clarify the new truth for yourself. I think you guys might be kind of, I say, not clinging to an old truth, but having that lack of clarity that comes when we are actually having our truth expand, that we are gaining more clarity on our original truth. which is what happens as we grow and we experience more and new things. We get a chance to have what's always our personal truth, our personal perspective, but we get to broaden and grow it. And that's where we might realize at a certain point in our life, wow, there's a part of my truth that now has expanded to include this. It doesn't mean your truth has changed. It means that now you are seeing the bigger picture of, it's almost like kind of, you were so zoomed in on something and you get to pull out and see the bigger application of the truth now in this moment. Beautiful message, Virgo. This, I get this feeling as I'm talking to you of almost like taking a breath and just like that feeling of liberation when you're just like, I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go, and I'm fully owning what I've been given now, and I'm going to move forward. And it's going to allow you, I think, to reconnect on a more powerful level with people in your life in all areas, be it work, be it home, romantic partnership, friendships. There's going to be this level of coming in at your full power, and the people around you are going to recognize that. And you're not going to feel, I think, either out of sync with those around you or that they don't hold up to your expectations, because now you're coming as you are now and you're able to see things clearly. You're able to see who fits with you. You're able to see the opportunities that are there. And it will lend to a much more supportive experience as you start this new cycle. Beautiful, beautiful message, Virgo. All right. If you would like to illuminate your own personal spiritual importance and to see how it can be of service to yourself and others, you can click on the link in the description box below to book a personal reading or a one-on-one coaching session. Otherwise, I will see you mid-month for your mid-month engagement reading, or back here in March for your next illumination reading. Bye, Virgo.